So today we're investigating the cause of this damp patch here. It looks to be a bit of a damp patch. It's gone it's in the middle of the wall sort of. The rest of the wall, if I show you along, it's okay. There's no issues. And you just get to this point, and if you look very closely, you've got that sort of like watery mark on the ceiling, as though there's been water there. Now what I did with this, probably about a month ago, I wiped it down so it was basically clear and you could hardly see it, and it's come back again, and we have had a little bit of rain and things, so there's something going on in the loft, because the loft is above this, and this the wall behind here is an outside wall, so it could be possibly like a loose tile or something like that, but we'll have to go in the loft and have a look, because there's boards down, so we'll have to start lifting a few boards and see what goes on. So without moving a single loft board, I think I've found the source of the problem. We've got some insulation shoved at the back of the loft boards, if I just show you like that there. So it's packed pretty tight and well. And then exactly in the spot where the leak is coming, because I measured in from the wall along the middle, it's roughly 7 foot along the middle, you can see that we've got a pipe going up, a vent pipe going up there. And if I zoom in close, you can see we've got a lot of movement of things, cobwebs blowing, and you have got, I don't know if you can see that there, roughly in the centre, you've got what looks like water running down the front of it. Don't know if you can just about see that, but it looks like it's wet. It is wet actually, yeah. If you look at the insulation, you can see there that the insulation is wet. Pop the camera in there, so yeah, the stack where it's coming in there, you can see that looks dry, but the insulation around it looks a bit wet. I'm going to have to just take this board out that's in the front of it, just to get a better view and see what's going on. So I've just pulled the insulation away, and that's what I'm faced with. So yeah, you can see that it is wet. The plasterboard is wet, and it's obviously leaking from the side of that. It's obviously where it joins up against the tile. You just hate jobs like this. But yeah, you can see what's happening, exactly what's happening. It's running down and going onto that plasterboard. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to cut this piece of felt off here, just really so I can see what's going on. I should be able just to cut it neatly with my knife, see what's going on. The reason I've actually done this job today is because it has been raining for a few days, so if it was dry it would be a lot harder to see what was going on, but because it's wet it's a lot easier to do a job like this. And the thing is, with things like this, they only get worse. You know, you start with a little hole, the little hole gets bigger, and it goes on and on and on, kind of thing. I'm pretty much going to guess where that comes through the tile. It's not joined properly, or the mortar's gone around the tile on the outside, and it's going to be like, you know, it's going to be that's causing it. I mean, if you have a look here, you can actually see on the wood, I don't know if you can see that there, that looks like a stain, doesn't it? Like a water stain. And you think, how's this plasterboard held? You know, because it's in a pretty bad state. You know, the covering of the plasterboard is, you know, and it's in a bad state. But yeah, the water is definitely coming in from the top there, so we're going to have to cut that out. Has anybody just spotted what I've spotted? I think that's an old one though, obviously. Certainly not in the eaves of the house. Anyway, right, so now we know what it is. We can yeah, try and figure out how we're going to seal this up and do something with it. Right, time for me to stop the video. I'll put the old brain to motion and cut this bit of felt off here on the inside, and let's see what's going on. See what we can figure out. I don't think we're going to fix much from the inside. It's going to have to be done from the outside, but yeah, we shall take a look. You can actually see, if I zoom in closely, that is fresh water. Can you see the little white bit? It's got like a black dot in the middle. That's fresh water running down there. So yeah, you can just see. It's obviously something to do with the seal. Okay, there we go. So at the moment it is raining outside, and if I go round the edge of the lead flashing here, you can actually see the water. And for some reason, if you look at the back there, sorry for the dodgy camera shots, but yeah, you can see that piece of wood there that's supporting the tile is wet as well. Now, I can't exactly see why. Again, I think it's, I think we can see water dripping down there, can't we? Yeah. You can probably see that. Obviously that's behind the pipe, so I can't actually see that, but there you go. Yeah, we've just seen it drip on camera there. So yeah, we can see that's dripping slowly onto that. So this is how these things happen. Now I can't, you can see that's the wetness on that as well there. Now I can't actually do anything with this straight away at this moment in time, because it is chucking it down with rain outside. So what I'm actually going to do is get something like an old tea cloth or something and just tie it round here near in the middle, so it catches all the water. It's not flowing through sort of thing, you know, we're only seeing like very odd bits. So if for now, in order to stop it getting any worse, I can tie like a tea cloth or some cloths or something round this pipe, and yeah, we can at least stop it getting to the wood and the bits below and that. So yeah, it's just a lot easier when you've got the old phone out and you can see behind things what's going on. You know, it's very good that they've got this lead flashing. I'm very happy about that, but obviously it's got its limitations, hasn't it? Right, okay, time to do a bit of a temporary fix on it then. So I just wanted to show everybody the temporary fix that I've done. Well, temporary stroke permanent, because I think the issue is actually now resolved. So looking at the bottom there, what I actually did was I wrapped an old tea towel round the bottom of it there to catch any of the water all the way around. Made sure it went all the way around. Now the reason for doing that is to try and, you know, catch any water that's slightly running down and things like that, because it wasn't a massive amount, it was only a very small amount of water. So that was there to catch the water basically. And what I was able to do is, because the tiles were visible after I removed that felt covering, I was able to actually just slide one of the tiles back, because they're actually quite big tiles, and then I was able to sort of see through that hole, if you like, with my head, and I was able to seal it with a bit of waterproof sealant. So I went round, sealed it with a bit of waterproof sealant, slid the tile back into place, so I didn't have to make any tricky decisions about going on the roof with a pair of ladders, which I wasn't really looking forward to be honest. And I wasn't really looking forward to either paying somebody to come out and do that. So yeah, I went for that way, slide the tile. I thought I'll try this first, and yeah, it seems to have worked okay. It's dried up now, and what I've actually done is I put a another piece of the felt covering here, the membrane stuff, back onto the roof, and put some, I don't know if you can see there, put some battens at the side, and slid it behind the battens, so it's sort of, it's up here. I'll try and stand my phone up if I can. So it's kind of like this piece here that I'm waving about. It's still got a bit of the old felt behind it, but I've covered it over with the new stuff, so it's keeping the wind and everything out as well. Now you can see how bad that looks. It looks like it's wet, but it's actually dried out. The vast majority of this has now, so it was a bit messed up, and it's kind of damaged the, if you can see there, the top layer of the plasterboard has been damaged. This looks wet, it's actually dried out now. It has, but yeah, it's made a bit of a mess of the covering of it like that. Luckily the plasterboard there, it's still solid. That's only plasterboard, so you know, I think I've got myself a bit lucky here with this, because had I have left it any longer, chances are it would have done a bit more than just made a black mark on the ceiling like it did downstairs in the room below this. I noticed it, like I say, because of that black mark on the ceiling, and obviously that could, if left, it could have caused the ceiling to you know, cave in or something like that, and the plasterboard be damaged, and that would have made a right mess of the ceiling. But luckily it didn't get to that point. It just got to the point of sort of like damaging the you can see here the outer covering of the plasterboard, and you know, just made it a bit of a mess. It's just water stained it all, and yeah, it's not ideal, but at least it's problem solved now. That thing has been on round the outside, and it's bone dry now. I have been checking this. The only way to really check it is in the rain. So when it's been raining really heavy, I've come up into the loft, crawled into here, and literally checked all the way around that silver pipe with my hand, just to make sure that, you know, there's no water dripping in anywhere. And it has been, luckily it's been dry. So that's the only way of really testing it, is when it's raining, you know, see what's happening, where's the water coming in, kind of thing. Otherwise you'll never know, because you'll just see water marks and you won't be able to be 100% sure where the water's coming in. So you've got to really wait till it's actually raining, or unless it's a position that you can actually get something like a hose pipe up to and simulate the rain somehow. But again, that's very tricky. I've done those type of jobs before, and you always seem to miss the spot that the rain's coming in. I think it depends which way the rain's blowing and things like that. So I've always found, just wait till it's a really bad day outside for the rain. So yeah, there we go. That's how I've performed the repair on it, which seems to be temporary permanent at the moment, because it's stopped the leak. and it seems to be going good. Sorry I wasn't able to film me doing the actual work of the repair with the silicon sealant outside. I was in a bit of a rush that really film it, but there you go. That's all I did, is put a bit of silicon sealant, the waterproof sealant I should state, special waterproof sealant around the edge of the pipe outside where it joins the LED flashing, and managed to seal it that way. Okay everybody, thanks for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed. If you do have any questions about this random repair, please ask them in the comments below.